Hey YouTube, I'm here this time with my Bath & Body Works empties for the month of April 2020. So just like in March, I had a pretty solid month for empties. If you have been watching my channel for a while, thanks for coming back. If you've been watching me for a while, you might know that every March I tend to really focus on my green items. So green's my favorite color. It's festive in March, so like I tend to just kind of do that. I also, for the past couple of years, have done a thing where I will focus on my blue products, so my watery products, in April. So at least in the DC area where I am, April is very overcast. It was pretty rainy, it was pretty cold. So for that reason, I felt like my blue and kind of like purple-ish products made sense for the month. So I'm just gonna share all of those with you and then get into the other kind of like random products I used up too. So I'll go ahead and get started. I used up a duo in At the Beach. I used up a fine fragrance mist and also a shower gel. The key notes are white frangipani blossoms, toasted coconut, bergamot water, sea salt breeze, and sun-kissed musk. So At the Beach has been around since 2017, and yeah, it is definitely a kind of sea salty, beachy fragrance. I would not recommend it if you don't like coconut or if you don't like sunscreen, but if you are that kind of person, I would recommend it. So I picked these items up for 75% off at the SAS in the wintertime, and it's just because they changed over their packaging. So it's still, at least I think so, still readily available in stores and online. So yeah. So that was my main like duo for the month. I also finished up the last of my travel size items in 1 in a million. So I used up 2 shower gels and also the travel size spray. So the keynotes are not on here, but 1 in a million is not exact, but pretty much a dupe for Velvet Tuberose. So back in the day, like maybe 10, 12 years ago, if you were really into Velvet Tuberose, I would recommend checking out 1 in a million. I don't think it's totally the same, but if you're looking for something like Velvet Tuberose that could definitely kind of take you back to that place or take you back to that time, I would recommend it. It's definitely like a creamy white floral. I wouldn't recommend it if you don't like florals, but if you do, especially if you like tuberose, go for it. The next 2 items I used up in my like blues and purples are 2 foaming soaps. I used up 1 in gingham and also 1 in fresh cut lilacs. So gingham says blue freesia, sweet clementine, and soft violet petals. I like gingham, but I don't love it. So I don't love it only because I think it's a little bit boring, a little bit basic, but overall it's still nice. So while I don't feel compelled to buy like a whole bunch of body care in gingham, I thought the soap was actually really nice. I've also had it in home fragrance before and really enjoyed that. So it's nice, but it's not something I love enough to wear on my body all day, but I would repurchase a soap in gingham. This was really nice. So fresh cut lilacs, this is the second of the 2 that I bought for this year. I said in my March empties that I'm really loving this moment that Bath & Body Works has had this year, especially with bringing out these really like classic home fragrances in soaps. This was really enjoyable. So it says lilac bouquets, dewy greens, and soft spring air. It smells just the same as the fresh cut lilacs candle. I always get a fresh cut lilacs at least once a year from home fragrance, so that's why I just picked up a couple of these. I used up my other one in March, so this was just my April one. But kind of like with 1 in a million, I wouldn't recommend it if you don't like florals. You have to like florals to enjoy fresh cut lilacs. However, if you do like florals, I would recommend it. It was really nice, really enjoyable to use up. I think I'm kind of good for the year. That's kind of a spring thing, like an early spring thing for me. So I'm solid for the year, but next spring, if it comes out again, I would absolutely buy 2 or 3 of them. And the last 2 items that are blue or purple that I used up during the month of April are 2 shower gels, 1 in Beautiful Day. The keynotes are Sun-Kissed Apple, Sparkling Cassis, Wild Daisies, Pink Peony, and Fresh Woods. I have never smelled DKNY's Be Delicious, but allegedly this is a dupe for that. I love Beautiful Day. It is my favorite fragrance that is in Bath & Body Works' top 5 for body care. And yeah, I really love it. It just smells like a really nice kind of floral green apple. I like it to break up the monotony. Like if I've been doing a bunch of bakery lately, or if I'm doing a bunch of, I don't know, you know, stuff like at the beach lately. This really breaks that up because the green apple in here is a little bit zingy and really fresh, and I love that. So I would repurchase that in body care. I've had Beautiful Day before in home fragrance. That has been a candle before and I really loved it. So I love that fragrance. I'm glad that it has been part of the signature collection for quite a while. The other one is Tahiti Island Dream. So I brought this into my challenge because I just happened to kind of like acquire it from a Poshmark purchase that I made. It's kind of a long story. I'll talk about it in a future video like later this week. But yeah, I just kind of acquired this recently. And even though the product is a really pretty lime green color, the packaging itself is pretty blue, as you can see. So this, I believe you can still get it on the website. I don't know. I generally don't want Tahiti Island Dream especially often, but like once or twice a year I can get down with it. So it's kind of like 1 in a million in that it's a very creamy kind of white floral, but it does have a tropical twist to it that 1 in a million just doesn't. So the keynotes are fresh coconut water, sparkling mandarin, kiwi blossom, lush frangipani, and Tahitian vanilla musk. So yeah, like I said, just kind of like a tropical white floral. Not my favorite, but from time to time, I can enjoy it. So it was nice to use up, but I'm okay with the fact that it's gone. All right, so that's it for my blue and purple stuff. I've got some other randoms too from the month that I also used up. So I have continued to just go through soap after soap after soap, and I guess that kind of works for me because I am trying to whittle down my soap collection, but I used up again 4 soaps in the month of April. So the next one I used up is Kitchen Lemon. I purchased this, I don't know, it's kind of been a little while, maybe a couple months since I purchased this, from just the signature line, I guess, of hand soaps that they do. It's zesty lemon, sparkling citrus, and Italian bergamot. So it just smells like cleaner lemon. You know, this is not a lemon I would want to eat. But yeah, I think it smells really nice. I do enjoy having this, especially in the springtime and in the summer, once or twice, and then I'm ready to move on. But, you know, I'm probably not going to repurchase this summer just because I want to get through soaps I already have. But next spring for sure, I would definitely purchase this. By the way, I tend to hate on Bath & Body Works packaging changes, but I think this is really nice. I really like the really simple picture of lemons with this kind of like calligraphy handwriting type of font with this really basic black down here with all the just information on it. So I think this is perfect for their you know, almost like their signature line of soap. So excellent. Really loved it. I would recommend it if you don't like lemon, or if you do like lemon, but keep in mind it's a cleaner lemon. It's not a lemon you would probably want to eat. Next one that I finished up is one more of my pink peach blossoms. I got like 9 or 10 of these back in the fall when I was afraid that they're being discontinued, and I think I have maybe 4 or 5 left, maybe 3, 4, I don't know, something like that. You'll see more of these from me in the throughout the rest of the year. So keynotes are peach nectar, magnolia petals, and mandarin. Again, this came out in the fall. Oh, it is so lovely. If you like Georgia peach, you would like this too. So I'm really hoping it comes back this fall, but we'll see. It's marketed as a fall fragrance, but I think that this would be good at any time of year. So it says peach nectar, definitely magnolia petals, and mandarin. As I continued to use this, I felt like it smelled more and more floral. So the peach is definitely in the forefront. It's definitely that top note here, but actually I said back in the fall, or maybe in the winter, that I think the floral note here is a little bit hokey, but you know, like I said, as I've been using it, I can kind of sense that more. So I would still recommend it, even if you don't like florals, because it's not like it was really prominent here, but I felt like I can smell a little like tinge of something. So I love this. I'm really glad that I have more. No regrets about stocking up on it in the fall. The next item I used up is an Ultra Shea body cream. So I was not anticipating using this up until May. You'll find that in May I'm going to use up lots of orange stuff, lots of yellow stuff. Not that I do that kind of thing like every month, but during the springtime, spring's my favorite season, so I love to kind of like celebrate it with themed months of products. So in May you'll find a lot of orange, lots of yellow, but yeah, I just got to a point where my hands were really dry because of how much soap I've been going through, and I just needed moisturizer. So I wound up just using this entire thing. I love wild honeysuckle. It is not something I would recommend if you don't like florals, but for me it's really nice. It smells like a very, almost like sunshiny and bright floral, and it smells so good. The key notes are watery honeydew, wild honeysuckle, rain-kissed jasmine, orange flower, white wood. So yeah, it's a very like body care honeysuckle fragrance. I may or may not have another set of honeysuckle in my backup collection. I don't remember. Maybe, I don't know. But either way, I will repurchase this. I love wild honeysuckle. I also used up one more shower gel in Bourbon Strawberry Vanilla. I wound up pulling this out of my backup collection because I just needed another shower gel that my husband would use while I was using up other ones. So he is generally only into like vanilla and like lush fruit, I guess, if that makes sense. So he really likes Bourbon Strawberry Vanilla, and I like it too, so I just pulled it and then he just used it. For the most part, I used some of it too though. It says Bourbon, Vanilla, Garden Strawberry, Apricot Nectar, Pink Jasmine, White Oak. A great fragrance. It is marketed for summer transition, but I actually prefer it in the fall. To me, it smells like a, like a spiced strawberry that I think makes sense in, like September-ish. So yeah, but I just pulled it so I wouldn't purchase more online, so yeah. But I love this. If this comes back during SAS, I would purchase more. The last item I finished up was kind of a surprise to me. I feel like I went through this really quickly, but like I said, because I've been washing my hands, I've got another moisturizer. So this is the Coco Shea Coconut 24-Hour Moisture Body Lotion, and I purchased this toward the end of SAS in the wintertime. So I really slept on Coco Shea when it first debuted in 2017. Part of the reason why I slept on it is because I was getting ready to move to Australia by the spring of 2017, so I was not in the market for Bath & Body Works anything. So yeah, I picked this up and I decided to try it out because I remember thinking in 2017 that Coco Shea Coconut smells like exotic coconut. I think it's a tiny bit different. I feel like exotic coconut is a little bit more perfumey than this Coco Shea, but I feel like it's pretty much the same, kind of like the 1 in a Million with Velvet Tuberose. It's the same enough where I can kind of go back to that place, go back to that time, and enjoy something that smells like exotic coconut. So I really enjoyed the pump. I actually kept this on my bathroom vanity rather than with the rest of my Bath & Body Works stash. So I just kind of worked through it the past 2 months or so. Really enjoyed it. I think it is a different consistency and a different texture than the creams and also the lotions. This to me felt more silky, and I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that I have a backup, so you'll see another one of these from me probably in the fall. So that is it for my Bath & Body Works empties for the month of April 2020. Hope you guys enjoyed. May will probably be another good month, so stay on the lookout for that. I'll have all kinds of videos coming out soon, so within the past or not the past, but the next probably 10 days or so, I've got a haul, I've got an update for my Bath & Body Works challenge, I've got wax empties, I've got beauty empties, all kinds of stuff. So make sure that you're subscribed down below, like, comment, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at YellowBrickExpat, same way it's spelled here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.